Hello everybody, my name is Denise and this is my journey. The way I see it is that most people tend to worry about something or another. But sometimes life could become very challenging, especially when we can't find a solution to the problem presenting itself to us. Our thinking could become very obsessive and incessant, making us feel as if it's got a hold on us and it won't let us go. It doesn't matter where we are. It could be that we are waiting at a bus stop for our bus to arrive and the thoughts in our heads of a particular incident or event that took place in our lives would flood our minds. For instance, we could be sitting on a toilet somewhere or laying in bed at night where it will keep us up till the early hours of the morning, causing us to lose sleep, and because we stayed awake all night long going through our life history, dissecting it as if we were performing open heart surgery. We lay there with our thinking fixated on the problem, which makes us overthink our predicament, and we feel that this thinking action will somehow help us to solve our dilemma. We try to gain access into our future by seeing and acting out different scenarios in our heads, as if we could change what we perceive as an ominous incident laying in wait somewhere out there in the future, just waiting to trip us up and cause our demise. At this point, we must be aware that we have a big problem, and it comes under the label of overthinking. Know that your mind has become your master and you its slave. I can tell you that over the years on my journey through life, I also got caught up in the overthinking trap, and that's exactly what it is, a trap, which is an unproductive place that offers no benefit to us whatsoever. Everyone's trigger is different. For me, after having a row with my ex many moons ago, I would find myself going over every single word that was said, with a fine-tooth comb. And before I knew it, what started out as a little molehill of thoughts would quickly build up and up and up until I was faced with a great big mountain pile high of thoughts that confused me even more. I would feel myself being pulled into a downward spiral while I engaged in overthinking conversations in my head with myself. I would question everything. What if that was to happen? What if I said this instead of that? Maybe he was right after all. Maybe I was wrong the way I reacted. But then I would think to myself, I couldn't have been wrong, as I was only mirroring his actions, so I wasn't wrong. He was the one who was wrong. My train of thoughts would travel down that line of thinking, leaving me feeling down with minimum amount of energy. I would find myself lost for days, wrestling with these thoughts within my mind, trying to resolve the matter. Sometimes I found myself pondering over every single possible combination of outcomes that there could possibly be, but to no avail, as overthinking an issue offers us no relief. More times than not anyway, it only serves to worsen the situation by making the future look bleak and uninviting. The Bible asks us in Luke, which of you by worrying can add a single hour to his lifespan? If then you cannot do even this little thing, why do you worry? We must take heed of this, as we cannot change a single thing through the process of overthinking and worrying. So to defeat this overthinking problem, we must learn not to preempt the future by keeping ourselves securely grounded in the present time and not allowing ourselves to live in the past, though we could pull on positive experiences from the past and bring it into the present moment in order to utilize it as a soother. But we do not want to dwell back there. As we can see from my experience with overthinking, it is clearly not an action to encourage. This was not a healthy state of mind for me to possess, as I suffered the consequences, which manifested itself in me having really bad migraine headaches. So yes, I do feel that overthinking could be detrimental to our health, so we must make an effort to rectify the condition we find ourselves in, as we can allow the mind to either be our enemy or our best friend. So we have to learn how to keep it in the friend zone by applying mindfulness thinking, as opposed to engaging in either chit-chat thoughts, which the Buddha himself refers to as being the monkey mind. We have to be more vigilant with the thoughts we keep. It's like trying to ride a wild horse without first learning how to tame it. Our mind is the same. We have to learn how to train it, how to make it work for us rather than against us. I believe that through meditation we can gain a little respite for our overthinking mind by focusing on our breathing. How you do it is this: you want to focus on your rhythm of, on the rhythm of your breath. As you breathe in and you exhale, that's what you need to be concentrating on. With every breath you take in, you breathe in life. When you breathe out stress from within you. Stress or anything that's negative that you want to breathe out, just calmly breathe it out. That is how I do it anyway. When I find myself obsessively overthinking things, I'll find myself a nice quiet spot somewhere, whether I'm home or outside. I'll just quieten myself, and then I will go into a meditative state, a mindful state. Let me demonstrate. If I'm at home, I will just relax. I will close my eyes, but you don't have to, just as long as you relax yourself. So what I'll do, I'll just visualize myself and actually feel myself breathing in. And as I'm breathing in, I'm breathing in light and all that is positive. Breathe it in, and then I would let it out through my mouth, thinking of, anything that is negative and that I don't want in me. I will just breathe it out. So you can do this for as long as you want or as little as you want. It's all about you feeling relaxed and comfortable in yourself to carry on. As Amit Ray, the author of Chanting and Meditation, stated, if you want to conquer the anxiety of life, live in the moment, live in the breath. That way we can block out the outside variables which can cause us to become anxious and overthink things. So by going inside of ourselves to quieten down our minds, we retreat into our inner sanctuary, leaving our burdens in the outer world, in order to obtain that inner peace of mind that most of us long for. Also in Ephesians chapter 4 verse 6 to 7, Paul tells us, do not be anxious about anything. He said we should pray about everything, and we should also thank God for everything. This applies to any entity that you hold sacred or close to your heart. I will leave you with this thought. Always remember that you are incredible, and though life's journey could be rough at times, you have to keep smiling whilst rising above the troubled water of life. Okay, I'm gonna leave you now, so bye.